Hi.
Hi. Hoo. Ha. E.
How you
Wow.
are?
You. How.
Hello.
Happy. What's today?
I don't even know anymore. Wednesday?
Yes,
I think so.
it's Wednesday. I'm losing all concept of time this week because we're streaming every day, and we normally only stream on Fridays, so everything is messed up in my mind. Happy Wednesday. It's day 3 of critiques, which means that you've got today and tomorrow, and those are all the critiques. That's all we're doing. Friday, we're going to do something else. I don't know what we're going to do yet. I still haven't decided. I probably won't know until tomorrow night, but we will likely... Oh, wait, I think we were going to do an open Q&A. An ask us
Yeah, I believe so.
Ask us anything. Yeah, let's do that. So this upcoming Friday, you'll be able to ask us anything related to Etsy, SEO, marketing. We only do those streams every few months. And when we do them, we get so many questions that we usually can't even answer them all. But if, during critique week, if you've had questions that haven't been answered, if you have questions about anything related to Etsy or business or eRank or SEO or marketing or social media, Friday is the day that you want to join us because we will be answering anything you want. And I don't know when we're going to do another one of those. So this is a really great opportunity. Other than that, guys, this upcoming Saturday, Handmade Alpha Academy, my 9-module Etsy training program, will be closing. I had a typo on my social media post that went out today that said that it closes on...
Oh, I know. I saw.
June 14th. June 24th is when it closes. June 14th is when it opened. So if you
tell we're sleepy?
We are so sleepy. We're the sleepiest people in the world. If you guys end up having questions about Handmade Alpha Academy, we are happy to answer those at the end of today's critique session.
Yes.
Do you have Etsy?
I do. Everything's already ready to go.
Cool. Well, assuming that most of you guys have already been here for one of our previous critique sessions, we won't go through the whole spiel. Just keep in mind, everybody that we select is completely random out of the chat. We will tell you when to post your shop.
Yep. And when you post your shop, you will only be posting this right here. No links, nothing else. Otherwise, YouTube will automatically block it.
Yes. And we don't feature shops that have anything copyright. Unfortunately, if it violates YouTube's rules, we can't show that either. So no Cleveland North or Cleveland South.
Sure. Thinking of joining HA, but wondering if I'm wasting my time having a mug shop. One of our top students was a mug shop.
Yeah.
Or should I start a new shop before I join?
You shouldn't start anything before you join. HAA is going to teach you how to, for one, if you decided to pivot, it's going to help you to learn a good way to pivot based on demand, and based on genuine needs for your target customer. However, don't think that because you're in a saturated industry that you can't niche. Industry and niche are two different things. An industry is mugs. Mugs is not a niche. You can niche within your industry and be able to find a sweet spot. And ultimately, that's what HAA teaches you how to do. So go ahead and type go. And if you have any more questions about HAA, feel free to submit those towards the end. We're happy to answer them, but please don't chew on things. Okay, you're good.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and post go. Everything after the go will be go.
All right. You guys are good to put in your shops. But to continue touching on that, we had a fantastic student. He has actually since moved on and used a lot of what he learned in Handmade Alpha Academy to start he does a government contracting.
Yeah, he sells
business.
Government contracts.
Yeah, but he started his own little business model and teaches people, but he
actually used HAA to start the foundation of that business.
Yeah. But his name was Derek. He made mugs for men. And one of the things that we talked about with Derek, and one of the things that like he needed help with was, yes, mugs for men, that's a niche. However, who's buying mugs for men? Are men buying mugs for men?
Their partners are buying them.
Right. Are men buying mugs for men? Are they the ones who you want to brand your business for and cater your marketing to? No. Mugs or men aren't buying the mugs for themselves in most cases. You don't see very many guys hopping on Etsy buying themselves funny mugs with quotes on them. Those are giftable products. So he had this unique challenge of having to cater his brand and marketing not to men, but to the women who were buying the mugs for the men. So he branded his business with these cute little lumberjack characters, and they were super cute, but it was more of like how a wife might see her man as opposed to, him branding with like things that would have specifically appealed to the men. So he, especially since most of his mugs were very giftable. So really interesting way that he was able to pivot. There's actually a video on my channel where he kind of talks about it.
We interviewed him, didn't we?
Yes, we do have a couple interviews with him, but we also have like a 3-minute video where he talks about that challenge of the mugs for men. It's from several years ago because, like I said, he's since moved on and decided to pursue a life with government contracts. But I always use him as an example because he was very successful selling his mugs. It just apparently wasn't his calling. But I love the way that he branded his business. So
he was being destructive, by the way, because you got me that thing of goldfish crackers, and last night he got in there and tore the bag open and got himself a spicy surprise.
Oh, are they ruined? Did he get them all?
Oh yeah, they're all over the inside of that thing.
Of course, you can't leave goldfish crackers around Bubbers. He acts like
he'll find them.
He's a drug addict with goldfish crackers.
He absolutely is. Okay, we have plenty of shops now. They have not stopped going.
All right, you go ahead and pull one. But yeah, if you're eating a goldfish cracker, Bubbers will reach his paw.
He'll grab it right out of your hand
and take it from you to eat it because
hey, right up top that time. One of the ones up top at least.
All right.
Not the very top.
Getting everything shuffled.
Can't say specifically where. Otherwise I'll ruin the fun.
He'll ruin the surprise.
I'll ruin the surprise. Uh-oh.
All right. How's everybody doing?
Oh, that's why. It copied the name and everything.
Y'all doing okay? Tomorrow I'm going to be streaming twice. I'll be streaming here for Critique Week, but I'll also be streaming over on the E-Rank channel for our weekly Q&A. We've actually taken the last 2 weeks off because we had a Printify webinar. And then last week, Pam was on vacation. Oh, yay!
An HAA student. A recent HAA student.
All right.
Man, I know why everything's so bright. I forgot to turn my HDR off. That's okay.
All right.
Everything's just going to be a little bit bright for them.
It's so funny. I actually just talked to her yesterday. She just joined HAA and we talked about her branding colors. My only suggestion is I would love to see the bigger banner, like and there's nothing wrong with having the short banner.
No.
But when you have that nice big piece of real estate, I mean, you've got to think about how much it takes up on a screen. And I know that there's a lot of people who say, well, that you can't, if they have to scroll down to see your products, I don't know. I don't know what the logic behind that is. I am definitely familiar of making sure that the most important information for your shop is above the fold. So before someone has to scroll. But there are very few shopping websites where products are above the fold. Typically, there's no products on the homepage. You've got to sort through menus to find what you're looking for. So a bigger piece of real estate, that helps further with that 7 seconds that we talk about in Module 6, Atmosphere. In Module 6, that's all about developing your brand feelings and making your target customer feel exactly how you want them to feel within 7 seconds. Having that nice big piece of real estate, it's almost like when you walk into a room that is painted, in one vibrant color. Have you ever walked into a room and it's just, you think, whoa, it's so pretty. I think that about like, every once in a while, I'll go into someone's house and they've got like an orange kitchen or something and it throws you off for a minute, but then you're like, wow, it's very, very, very colorful in here. I think that, just having that nice big piece of real estate can further help with that 7-second rule of marketing that we talk about. But overall, there are absolutely no issues. With your branding, I know that you were worried about your colors. She felt like maybe she had too many, but I definitely think that you have a nice balance here, especially since I'm also seeing a lot of, the colors kind of translate through multiple areas. I'm seeing it right here in your I know that they all have their own colors, but because this one is on top, my eyes are kind of drawn here to this purplish color. You've got the colors translated here. I would love to see you subtract the background on this photo and maybe put in your kind of purpley pink background on the photo of yourself. But overall, I think that your branding is super duper cute, and it is based on your kitties. Honestly, I know that we talk about naming in HAA, and your name was already really cute, but one thing that I do suggest, and it's nothing that you need to act on, especially if you already have, all of your branding and things, but this is more for everybody else who's listening, because it seems like you're pretty established with, the current brand name. I see so many shops, though, that end in design, boutique, studio. I'm trying to think of some other names. I think that a lot, and co. I think that these terms or these words that are often at the end of brand names they're so common that they take a good name and make that good name kind of blend into a lot of other names that are similar. So I think that a stronger brand name is just Coco and Opal. Coco and Opal. It's kind of fun to say, Coco and Opal. The word design, I don't even think is necessary. But again, you've already got the established brand around that. This is more for everybody else who are watching. Maybe you're thinking
newer or considering starting a shop, maybe.
Yeah. You don't need to add, design, boutique, studio, crafts. I really hate crafts at the end. Because that just kind of feels like, like those
values,
right? Those church craft sales that you go to. It's like kind of weird. So yeah, just I think that the name stands on its own very, very well. But there's nothing wrong with your name. Again, I'm having to be very, very nitpicky here. I actually looked at your shop a few days ago because I am absolutely your target customer. These are planner stickers.
Mm-hmm.
So super duper cute.
I didn't gather that. Thanks for letting me know that these were planner stickers.
Oh, you didn't?
Yeah, no, I had no idea.
You didn't have any idea?
No, I had no idea.
He knows.
It said it at the top, but I wasn't quite sure.
But I love that you've incorporated in your branding colors into the background. It's very clear what you create. I have no issues at all, with your actual product photos. You guys know where I'm heading. Oh, super cute.
I want that design studio.
Put some more pictures in here. You've got cute cats. You've got some super duper cute cats, or maybe a picture of you, like the one that's up at the top of the shop of you holding one of the cats. I think that there's a lot more that you could do down here. We actually talk about sections in Module 6. So if you haven't gotten that far, definitely wait, because I think that there's a couple eye-opening moments that, once you get through them, you will get some new ideas. I'm going to pull up Recycling Day. And the one suggestion that I had made was that because I'm seeing these kind of in a planner, but I would almost like to know what type of sticker or what size would be best for specific planner sizes. Like, what are all the planner sizes? Like A5, A4, just so I have a frame of reference, because you want to hold up our planners.
Mine's jet black, so you won't see much.
Well, that's okay. But this, whatever planner size this is right here, this small planner, I always accidentally order stickers that are way too big for my teeny tiny planner.
I did the same thing.
Yeah, he and I use the same planner. So knowing what size would be best as a planner newbie, not knowing anything about planners, and clearly I don't because I don't even know what size that is, that would be something really helpful to those who might just be getting into planning. Maybe they hit their breaking point and they're ready to get organized and they just want to buy all the stuff to prep. That's kind of how I was when I first bought my planner. So I just bought a whole bunch of everything, not really knowing what I needed. And I ended up wasting a lot of money because I bought a lot of stuff I couldn't use. So helping those planner newbies, or even maybe creating some guides. Once you get into module 5 and we talk about email list marketing, that would be a really cool incentive that you could give to your email VIPs, is guides on what they need. Like, are you a planner newbie? Here is a free PDF that will give you a rundown of, different sizes of planners, stickers. Maybe you could even create some type of how to set up your planner guide. I think that everybody has their own method for setting up a planner, but I know for me personally, when I first got my planner, I wasn't sure how to set it up. I wasn't sure how to get started. And now that I've been using it for 2 years, it's second nature. But newbies, that's something that you could teach them, and they would be willing to sign up for your email list to get a freebie like that. And overall, these are really great. Size references. I think that they look really nice. I just think
Love
that you
the
could.
idea of creating a guide hadn't even crossed my mind as a possibility. Yeah, it's great. And doing the email marketing stuff, things that are more for customer engagement rather than just, hey, here's a sale, buy my stuff. Like ways to engage with your customers and make them like you as a person and less as a brand.
Absolutely. And you could do that on social media too. You could show like how I set my planner up for summer. You could do one every month, do like a little Instagram reel or photos, like ideas to set up your planner for June, ideas to set up your planner for July. In fact, if I were you, I would buy a planner that you only use for demonstration. Yeah. And, set it up every month to give people ideas and, tell them what your favorite pens are. I know I have favorite pens. What are your favorite like washi tapes? Get all of the things and then have your example planner. And then, you could even link up with other alphas or other businesses and recommend, say, you can get your stickers from me, get your pens from this seller, get your washi tape from this seller. And then you guys can all cross market each other on social media. You could even do a giveaway, like a cross round robin style giveaway where everybody's involved. There's so many ideas. So, okay. Overall, really, really nice. I am so excited to see what you do in particular with your email list marketing. Like I said, that's coming up in module 5 and module 8. Let me know when you get that one set up, because I would like to join your email list, just because I am one of your target customers. I absolutely love your shop though. All right. Who is our next one?
Sorry, sometimes YouTube doesn't like to load the banner.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm digging this.
That's fun.
Shops like this, I have to be careful with copyright. You never know.
Of course. Ooh.
I think we're good. Nice shop, though.
Oh, yeah. Let's
do it.
Oh, this is awesome.
I love it.
Luigi's Wood Shop. That's fun to say. Normally I actually don't like brand names that are just like sticker shop, wood shop.
No, this works.
But I like this one.
This works.
It's fun to say, Luigi's Wood Shop. I hope your name is Luigi and it's not like...
Oh, and somebody said the A system for paper isn't used here. It absolutely is used here. A4, A5, half letter, they're all the different sizes. It's especially when you print at non-standard paper.
Oh, yeah.
The A system is used here.
I think it says so in the back pouch of our planner. It's on.
It's there. It's not commonly used in like school systems and stuff. But if you print cards or papers or it absolutely.
Oh yeah,
is. Yeah.
That's how print sizes are. Again, bigger banner. I would love to see a bigger banner. Just because more real estate. This is a great photo, by the way. Hands creating. Those are so. It's such an important thing to see on Etsy in a world where there are so many sellers who buy a bunch of junk and resell it from, other sites. Friendly, smiling face. There's a lot of trust here. You look like you really enjoy what you do. Ultimately, I have no critiques in terms of your branding. You've kept it simple. I don't see any prominent brand colors other than black and white, but One of the things that I teach in color psychology lessons in Handmade Alpha Academy is that colors like black and white are authority colors. You don't need a bunch of crazy colors when you use black and white because they show restraint and sophistication. So I think that it looks really nice. Now, Mr. Moore.
I love this. I can tell that you're, for one, with your name being Luigi, I can tell you're Italian, especially with the, you got the cigar tray, you got the gnocchi board, so you can do the designs on your gnocchi, bro. You got it going.
Yeah, Mr. Moore over here, his family's
love this.
His family's all Italian.
I love the pour over coffee stands. That's absolutely sick. Herb strippers.
You're a coffee snob.
I am a coffee snob.
I almost feel disconnected because wood shop, I think like furniture, and then I get down here and it's I dare say that it's mostly not unique home decor. It's
mostly kitchen stuff. I mean, you've got a couple of things in here. He's got some, scroll down a little bit. He's got some bookends. He's got like the catch-all tray. But...
You know what? I have a suggestion. Remove the word unique, swap it for functional. I think that unique is a very overused word on Etsy because everybody thinks what they have is unique. Yours aren't just unique. They're functional. These are things that you can use. Almost everything in your shop has a function. And I think that functional is a much stronger word.
I didn't even know herb strippers were a thing. Yeah, they're super sexy. They're for like thyme, rosemary, things like that. So you can pull the buds off easily.
Coffee scoop.
You didn't catch the super sexy stripper joke, but that's fine.
Yeah, I got it. I love this. The coffee scoop with a bag clip.
I love that. My grandma had one of those.
That's really neat.
I love the cocktail smoker kit. Sick.
Oh yeah. You've made a friend with Mr. Moore.
I love it. Awesome shop.
Yeah. Very nice. No critiques really. I think that everything, your photos look fantastic. There are a couple of them I would almost like to see, like for example, this one.
Zoom that out a little bit. Do what you did with the one up top, or see, because you can tell he's got the gnocchi right on the board.
Yeah,
Do that exact same thing with that one, just at a different angle.
I agree. I would like to see it at a different angle. But I mean, really, that's me nitpicking.
I'm also curious how the wood ashtrays work with cigars if they don't burn, and if whatever seal you put on them is safe when somebody like puts out their cigar. I mean, you're not really supposed to put out a cigar, but anyway.
So again, get some photos in here. You talk about, what started as a hobby turned into a love for the craft. Can you treat this like a magazine? If you were getting interviewed for a magazine and this is the headline, what photos would you want to show people to draw them into your story? I would love to see some photos of you creating, some photos, some up close, photos of you working. Oh, I love that customers are submitting. That's awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
This is fantastic. That's a beautiful photo as well.
Good customer service based on your reviews. That's always good.
So I'll pick the pour over coffee since this is the one that I think you
more relatable for the two of us.
Right. We're coffee snobs. Photos are having a little trouble loading today. There we go.
Yeah, it's a little goof today.
Very nice. This is perfect. Shows the size.
Need a banana for scale.
Banana for scale. Showing the detail. Got a bagel.
Yeah, we got a functional shot.
I would almost like to see the shot with the bagel. I'd like to see that cup full of coffee. I'd like to see
used.
Yeah, do you have one of these that you can use?
This photo is just like, nah, not today.
Oh, and that's great. I love that you've shown one of your other products. Put some text on here, say also available in my shop. And, just put it real tiny down here, but let me know that this is something I can also buy. That way I know that, if I'm just finding you organically in search, I need to go to your storefront because you likely have other products that I might want to put in my cart as well. Overall, really nice. My only critique is that if you have one of these in your home that you use, one that you've made for yourself, could you get some shots of you actually using it? Because I've got, if I weren't a coffee snob and I didn't know anything about pour over coffee, but I knew that I wanted to get into it, some of the questions I might have are, do I need to put a filter in here? What does it look like? How long does it take to drip? How does it work? Show me this product in action.
Do it.
Because
I mean, listing photo or video is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Listing video, something like that. Perfect. Just camera positioned, you pouring the steamy hot water over the beans.
Yeah, and even I know that you have a couple of these. You know, this one looks like it has a design on it. The other one didn't. You don't need to, for your listing video, you can recycle the same video. That would be acceptable, but I think that it would be really cool to just have some type of visual of it in use, you know, for your newbies who might not necessarily know. Same like this. Just like this.
Perfect.
That is absolutely perfect. Love it. Any other listing videos?
They have the little play button in the corner if they do.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All of the products that have, you know, a function, I think it would be really cool to show how to use them.
All right, we good?
Yeah, overall, really, really nice.
Really nice.
I absolutely love just the functionality thing. I think that that's your big marketing point, is that you're not just selling home decor. I wouldn't even consider most of this to be decor. These are all very functional pieces, and that is your USP, your unique sales proposition. Is that what I'm USP, unique sales proposition? Especially, like I said, with so many sellers who just kind of buy a bunch of crap on Alibaba and on AliExpress and on eBay. What you have is actually unique, but people can see that it's unique. I don't think unique is a word that you need to use. So
I think we're good here.
All right.
Somebody said they didn't know I was Italian. Yeah, Moore is actually kind of an adoptive last name. My grandmother on my dad's side remarried. My real last name's supposed to be Marinetti. I am an Italian, Greek, German mutt. Here we go.
Shelby. Story of Knits on Etsy. You could probably get rid of on Etsy. Because I think that this by itself is actually really cute. Honestly, the Story of Knits, and then if you could get, I know that Canva has really cute watercolor flowers, maybe just a little bit, like either along the bottom or maybe like accenting kind of like maybe on the bottom left corner and then on the top right corner. That would be a cool way to balance it. Again, being nitpicky, your banner is very crisp. I can immediately tell what your branding colors are. I just think that the on Etsy kind of fluffs it a little bit more than you need to, because we know it's on Etsy because we're on Etsy. But overall, really nice. I love that you have a picture of you and who I assume is your baby. It could just be a random baby, but I'm going to assume that that's your baby. So super duper cute. One thing that I noticed right away is that all of your pictures have a very similar soft aesthetic, and it all fits very well together.
Not a problem, Lou. I loved your shop.
Whimsical things for mamas and minis. Very cute. Have you by chance, with the flowers, if you wanted to further tie it to the mamas and minis, have you considered doing like birth flowers or tying them to birth flowers? I didn't know that birth flowers were a thing until we had a Handmade Alpha Academy student, who exclusively does birth flowers. So that might be a really fun way to tie it in, is incorporate in the different birth flowers, which, it's like birth stones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, super cute. I love how cohesive all of your images are.
I will say these backgrounds here are a little dark.
Yeah, not quite a fan of these pictures. I think that there are a lot of different ways that you could photograph these. I see that they're wands. I think that you could give a little bit of life to this picture. For example, this photo here has a lot of life. It's got, the little plastic egg and the felt egg and the flowers. There's just a lot of personality. I think that there are probably a lot of creative ways. Maybe you could have like a storybook open in the corner, or some little like white princess gloves kind of sitting off to the side. Or maybe buy some of those fake, little kids fairy costume wings and kind of have them off to the side, just to, make it a little bit more fun, make it stand out a little bit more. And maybe try to get more consistent with the backgrounds. I really don't like this particular background when I'm looking at your other photos.
And everything else is so seemingly professionally placed.
Yeah. Out of all of your photos, this one really stands out to me. There's a great background. The lighting is fantastic. It's very clean. Overall, really nice. Your products are so nice. All right, let me take a scroll down. Coffee cup of the day. Cute. Cute. Okay, so I am going to assume that it's your child and not just a child that you've borrowed.
A child that you've borrowed.
Maker fuel. I hear you. I'm drinking the Dunkin'. I'm drinking the Dunkin' right now. The Dunkin' Dong Dongs. I always forget that we're on stream and that I can't talk like a dummy. We have our own weird language.
It's just called stupid.
It is. It's just called stupid. Super cute. Magnetic bookmark. I love how the aesthetic, your overall shop, it's very cohesive. And I actually would like to use you as an example. We haven't really been, man, I wish.
Etsy's being slow today.
Teacup magnetic bookmark. Coffee cup magnetic bookmark. Floral bookmark. A lot of repetition of the word bookmark. You don't need to repeat the word bookmark this much. I highly doubt that all of these keywords are so good that you would need to exact match for them. Now, obviously, if you're making sales of this product, don't change your SEO. I'm speaking, at a glance. If you're making sales, leave things alone. However, if you wanted to try to hit some more keyword opportunities, you don't need to repeat the word bookmark this many times because Etsy's algorithm is already going to broad match you for all of those terms. So one thing that I do want to point out, we've had a lot of people ask, and a lot of new students in Handmade Alpha Academy, they have brought up that, oh, should I split my products into different shops? I sell things that are totally different. Well, I dare say that Shelby sells things that are totally different, but she's branded them in a cohesive way. She's found the glue that holds it all together. She's got, bookmarks, stickers, purses, wands, scrunchies, coffee koozies, baskets, little hair clips. So these are all very different products, but the way that she's created them, they all use a similar color palette. They all have a similar target audience. They're all very cohesive in their own way. They're being purchased by the same type of person. Your target audience isn't a child. The child doesn't have a credit card. It's the mom. The mom is buying the coffee cozy for herself, but she's buying the things for her child as well. And the items all kind of match. They all have a similar vibe. So even though the products themselves are very different, she's created a really unique way to tie it all together in a way that still is very cohesive and still attracts the same type of target customer without only selling coffee cozies or without only selling stickers or without only selling bookmarks. You can have different types of products. That's not what I mean when I say niching down. She's appealing to the same type of target customer. And I think that that's something that a lot of people get confused by. The overall style and aesthetic of her whole shop was the same. But I think that it looks really, really nice. The banner, really, I would love to see, the banner get just a little bit more. I do like seeing a just brand name on a banner. Sometimes that's really clean and it looks really nice. But I think that since you've already incorporated in the flowers with your logo, tying those in a little bit would look really nice on your banner as well. So, all right. So far, so good. That's good. That's fine. So far, so good.
So far, so good. Give me a moment, please. Okay.
All right.
Let's go ahead and get these closed. People are asking if they can resubmit. We got so many when we first started. I don't even know if we're going to need to do that.
You can have them resubmit if you wanted to. All right, Cindy. I love your branding colors. I love the moons, sapphire moons. I really like the color cohesion that you have going on as well. Even if you look at the background, it almost looks like you're standing on a beach. Am I seeing like an ocean back there? Either way, it looks really nice. And you've got a nice carousel banner, got some reviews. Super cute. So when I first came into your shop, I was almost expecting all of your products to kind of follow this soft palette. A lot of your products almost don't fit into the branding that you've established, though. I was almost a little confused. It feels like your actual products are kind of all over the place. When I first visited, when he first opened your shop, I almost thought that you sold almost like astrological or maybe like witchy or nature, or I don't know. I guess I was just expecting something more whimsical. And I think, Cindy, you're hitting that point that we often see, especially in POD, which I'm only assuming that you're POD. If you're not, please let me know if you print them yourself. But something I commonly see in POD is, I know how to make this, so I'm going to add it to my shop. But knowing how to make something or having a design that you can make doesn't necessarily mean that it fits the overall brand that you're trying to create. And I would almost like to see you refine a bit, because if you're competing in apparel and gifts, you're competing with every other seller who says, I sell apparel and gifts. That is such a broad industry. You are going to struggle so much to compete in apparel and gifts. If you were to narrow down on one of the many focuses of your shop and really, select one, I think that you could build a stronger brand. And it doesn't matter what direction you go, but really deciding who that target customer is might be a better way to go, because nothing about your really cute Sapphire Moons banner tied together when I got down here and I was like, cigars, whiskey, steaks, and freedom. Kind of, it almost gave me like contradicting messages, because I was thinking like sitting under the stars, and I had like this Earth Child, dancing naked around a campfire feel from your banner, and then I was like, cigars, whiskey, steaks, freedom. Not that those two things can't exist in the same universe, but there's just a lot of mixed messaging. I actually do like the Eclipse shirt. That's actually really cute.
Yeah, it's really neat. Choose your city and state.
Yeah, super duper cute. I think you just have a lot of different themes, where I was expecting more of this, this kind of like boho, celestial type theme. And I think that you could tie in the other themes and make them fit with this, moons and that kind of boho vibe. Even with, for example, you've got a lot of drag shirts. Even the 420 shirts kind of fit with the hippie boho. But I think that like even the drag themed shirts you could tie in. I'm sure that there are drag queens who like the boho vibes. I think that they would think it's cool to have something, that's a little bit less typical of what they would normally see with the rainbows. I think it would be cool to tie in the boho colors, you've got almost like a 70s, aesthetic. You've got like the shirt that looks like a concert tee. You've got the cool fonts for like the 420. You know, you've got the cool moon and sun.
Yeah, you're appealing to somebody had stated you're appealing to two completely different audiences of people.
Yeah.
Because the like hippie 420 people are usually completely polar opposite to the cigars, whiskey, steaks, freedom people.
Yeah.
They're two totally like polar opposite sides of the spectrum.
Yeah, you almost have niches that like don't normally get along with each other, and not all of them, you know.
True. Yeah, obviously there's some inner-liars, but
Right. You know, no politics aside here, I think that we can all agree, you know, that the majority these niches don't really they don't align very well. And it just falls into that, you know, just because you can make it doesn't mean that it needs that it doesn't mean it makes sense. So I think that, like, for example, this shirt feels very natural in your shop. A lot of these soft colors, and it almost feels like, for example, this shirt, you've got the cool like naturey background, so it almost feels like you're trying to connect with nature, you're trying to make that connection, but the designs just don't align. So I would really love to see you maybe create some designs that align with what it seems like you want your brand to be, just so you don't have competing themes within your shop, if that makes sense. But overall, your designs are really cute. I even think that the band book club, I think that one even fits with the nature and, you know, even the hippie vibe. That's like banned books. I fall into that kind of.
It seems like you're trying to grab onto trends as they come through, because you've got a lot of the American stuff, which I'm assuming is in there for the 4th of July. You've got a lot of the what I'm assuming you put in there for Pride Month stuff. You've got a lot of the hippie stuff. Like, it seems like you're trying to grab onto trends as they come through instead of trying to stick to specifically what you do.
Yeah.
And there are ways that you could theme 4th of July stuff around hippie stuff. There's ways that you could theme the Pride stuff around hippie stuff.
Yeah,
and that's
absolutely.
what could make you unique. You're making something different than what 99% of POD Etsy sellers do, which is just
make everything for everyone at all times, always.
Yeah.
Tell me about you. I know what you make. I just scrolled through your shop. Tell me about you. Who's Cindy?
And why?
Yeah, and why? And what inspired this? Of course you want customers to be 100% happy with their purchase. Any business wants that.
I want them to hate it.
Right. Tell me something about you. Connect me with you. Tell me about your purpose, why you're connected to your brand. Who do you want to help with your products? What message do you want to send? Make me feel connected to you as a human being. I'll click on this one because this seems like one you want to highlight. It's right up at the top, and I like this one. Cleveland, Ohio. Nice listing videos, little slideshow with some mock-ups. Very cute. Again, very naturey. Super cute. And I do like this. I like that you have your guarantee right on your photos. She looks like your target customer. See her background? She's got the tattoos. She's got like cool little seashells. She looks like your target customer. It would be cool to see you align more of your brand, you know, since a majority of your products kind of fall into this aesthetic. Think about, you know, in HAA, we have you pick a persona that you think about every time you do anything for your business, and it helps you to align. Think about her when you're creating your products. If we say that she's your target customer, what is she going to think is really cool? What is she going to want to see in future products? And it can be any persona, you know, it could be this girl, it could be somebody that you know that loves your products. Really nice though. I love all your different charts. Awesome. Yeah. Really, I think that what I would love to see is just something that ties it all together.
Yeah, find your brand.
It's like finding your zen, right? It's we all have a style, and even if our style seems all over the place, we all kind of fall into something. And it's not like gatekeeping your brand. It's not saying that people who don't fall into the boho nature hippie Whatever you decide to go with ultimately. It's not saying that anybody outside of that, for example, the guy who likes the cigars, whiskeys, steak, and freedom, it's not saying that he can't shop from you, but at the same time, appealing to a very specific type of person creates a stronger brand that becomes more memorable in the eyes of the customer. It helps to encourage repeat buys. We have evidence to believe that the algorithm prefers seeing a little bit of topical consistency. So similar keywords across multiple listings. That way, they can find a shared commonality within your products. But yeah, anyway.
All right. And normally we would have people resubmit, but we really only have time for like 1 or 2 more shops at most. And I still have a ton to scroll through.
That's fine. Have them go ahead and resubmit now. That way.
We don't have enough time to do another shop after this one.
You said 1 or 2.
Yeah, including this one.
Oh, okay. Well,
and having to scroll through every single one of them for one shop wouldn't be fair because I'll have to scroll like 8 or 9 times. Just keep it at this one for now.
Okay. Well, we'll be back tomorrow too.
Yeah, we'll be doing this again tomorrow.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
No, see, normally we would have people resubmit, but we already had like over 200 people here when they put their shops in. So everybody was already like rearing to go.
That's okay. We'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll be doing it again tomorrow.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. So I read this all wrong. I know that. So this is contradictory to the copy editor and me, but capitalize this A. Because I read of lace and mail. Capitalize this A. You have it capitalized down here. Capitalize it here because I read this wrong at a glance. I was like, of lace and mail. Capitalize that A. If there were spaces in between the words, you would not need to capitalize the A. But because they are all, packed together into one name, capitalize.
Talking about brand logos, though. That is absolutely sick. The lace and mail together.
Yeah.
I love it. With the yin yang, with the lace and mail.
Yeah. It's very super.
Absolute bangers for a logo.
Super duper detailed. Honestly, your branding looks so nice. I'm not a fan of these photos up here.
Nah.
These photos kind of throw it all off. You've got this very boutique looking banner and these photos are really throwing me off. I dare say that it would be fine to just remove them altogether. I hate pictures in pictures, like things that look like pictures in a picture. I've seen some brands do it pretty well.
It's a very old school technique of selling.
Yeah, I've seen some brands that pull it off and they do it really well. For example, yesterday we had somebody with a picture of her and her cat in a picture and it looked really cute. I would prefer to just see this in the middle. If you wanted to throw in some type of design off to the side, that would be fine. Now you're talking about April and Levi. Where's April and Levi? Put your faces here. You're clearly not afraid to say that you are April and Levi. Put April and Levi here. Because this is the first place I look when I want to start forming those brand connections. So my biggest critiques here are your photos. There are a lot of issues with your photos. This one was taken in direct light. It is so washed out. I do like the white background, but this light is so harsh. I can tell that you've got either some type of light box or an overhead light shining right on this product. Your neck here, your display bust. I can see every little piece of lint and dirt on it because the light is so harsh, as opposed to this one where the light's a little bit softer. Again, you're taking this picture on a table, but there's like something sitting up here in the corner. This photo, you don't need to have the ruler or the yardstick or it looks like measuring tape, across it.
That could be a like second or third picture. In the listing.
Honestly, the photos to me feel like they were snapped super duper quick just so you could get the products posted. I recommend.
And every single photo is a different lighting.
Yeah.
Every single one.
Yeah. photos are the most important thing that you can do for your business. They're more important than SEO. They're more important than branding. They're more important than anything, because when I look at other sellers next to you, I have to choose you in a search page. And if you're competing against somebody who has better photos, it doesn't matter if your product is better. In the eyes of your target customers, the product that has the best photo is the product that wins in search, because quality you can only experience once that product is in your hand. On a screen, the product isn't tangible. So the only idea that somebody has of the product is based on the photo that they're seeing. Now, there is hope. By Christina Nicole, BY Christina Nicole. She is a photography coach. All of my Handmade Alpha Academy students actually get her product photography essentials workshop for free with their enrollment, but she does have a ton of free resources available over on her YouTube channel. She's awesome. If you like my teaching style and how hands-on I am, she's very much the same, where she like actually shows you how to take the pictures using whatever camera you already have. You can use your smartphone. And she teaches you how to take great photos right from the start so that you don't need to rely so much on editing them. I would definitely start there, because I am not a photographer. I'm pretty good at explaining product photos, but she is a professional in everything she does. She's going to be your best friend. So go check out her channel, because she makes it really fun and really easy, because there's so much detail that goes into your products. They're so cool. But in a search page next to everybody else, I would scroll right past them, and they deserve more attention than that. It's just my eyes wouldn't be drawn to them if they were next to, you know, other product photos. Again, I would love to see some pictures of you guys. If you don't feel comfortable having your own photos, you've got your names here, but I haven't seen any pictures of your faces anywhere.
Get them in there.
Well, if you could even do little avatars where they match, like have, you know, maybe somebody do little cartoons, or you could pick some little cartoon characters that kind of fit your aesthetic.
But you also have like a full-blown description here for you. And Levi only just chainmail and jewelry.
Yeah, Levi,
where's your story, dog?
Yeah, chainmail and jewelry isn't a story. Not to mention,
one of you does the chainmail and jewelry, and one of you does the like doilies and lace. Why not have a picture of like you with a something that you've made, and him with something that he's made? Or I'm assuming genders here, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think that
so this could be so much fun.
Yeah, like we are the equal but opposites. I think that would be really fun. And then you could align everything you do with the kind of equal but opposites. Even, you know, maybe you guys working together, or even if you don't want to show your faces, show your hands, like you making and him making, and you know, get like an overhead shot of you guys creating. Would be a really cool way to tie it all together. I'll go ahead and pop this one. And it doesn't look like you have any SEO. You've got to get some SEO in here. That is not an optimized title at all. Down below this video are all my free toolboxes. The Etsy SEoodles toolbox, that is an Etsy SEO toolbox that,
whoa, what in the world was that?
That comes with everything that you need to learn how Etsy's algorithm works. It's going to help you to write good tags and titles for your products. It's going to help you to really narrow down on what's working. Looks like you've got some more SEO here. White tatted lace, bridal necklace, lavender accents, crystal beads. But these still, again, I don't think that anybody's really searching for terms like lavender accents. And if they were searching for crystal beads, they would likely be looking for
There are no crystal beads anywhere on this.
Yeah, there are. They're tiny.
Oh, yeah, they are. Okay.
Yeah.
I just couldn't see them in the photos.
Yeah, because this photo is kind of dark. It's kind of hard to see. Unique handmade statement wedding jewelry.
And hold on. And show you, I see your comments in there. We don't support drop shipping on Etsy, so no, we won't be teaching you that here.
No. POD is different than drop shipping though. So if it's a POD related question.
You can't drop ship on Etsy anyway, so it doesn't matter.
POD is considered in the drop ship.
It's not the same thing.
Right.
But that is what I am addressing.
Gotcha. Yeah. No drop shipping on Etsy. That's not what Etsy's for. Etsy's for artisans.
And it doesn't matter if people do it. It's wrong.
Yeah. There are other platforms though. Amazon.
Yeah. And I mean, you're talking about like ancient techniques and stuff to make your there. You could have so much fun with this shop.
Yeah.
There's so much that you could do. Be whimsical and things like, okay, for instance, we're talking about like this. You have chainmail here. No one here spells chainmail like that, or round mail, anything like that. So make sure that you're considering terminology that people who aren't a part of the industry are going to understand.
Yeah.
I have never even, and I'm sure this is a pretty common term within the industry. I've never heard this term before.
Round mail. Yeah.
I've never heard this.
And we own chainmail stuff.
Right. So compared to people who are searching for chainmail, you could still have this in here. But how many people are searching for chainmail who would want this, not realizing that it's a different type of technique or a different way of making something?
Yeah.
And you're missing out on all of those purchases because you didn't use terminology that most people understand.
Yeah.
Again, are you in a different country? That could also be another.
I don't think so.
No, you're in Vermont. So there's a lot to it that could be changed. You could be a lot more whimsical and a lot more fun with how you do your stuff.
Tie it all together. I think that tying it all together is so important because there's so many really cool advantages that you could have with the two of you doing like an equal but opposite chainmail and lace together. That's a really cool, unique, idea. You could go kind of medieval with it if you wanted to, where you've got like, the Victorian lace and have like the romantic side, and then have the armor and the cool, like the knights and dragons. Like you could do like an equal but opposite, almost like Renaissance theme. You could even split your banner in half, where like half of your banner is pretty with lace and Victorian, little flowers and things.
I mean, like I'm sure being into this as much as you are, you've been to a Ren fair or something similar. Like they're the most whimsical and fun things you can do. We don't have enough time to do another one, so just go ahead and cut it there. Get the chat down to the bottom here.
Guys, thank you so much for hanging. If you guys have questions about Handmade Alpha Academy, as promised, you guys are free to put those in the chat real quick. Handmade Alpha Academy, that's closing on Saturday. That's my Etsy coaching program. If you enjoy some of the things that we're talking about today, where I'm going through and touching on little bits of psychology, everything that I'm talking about is covered in depth in Handmade Alpha Academy. Defining who your target audience is, deciding on a niche, narrowing down on the values and the morals and the target customer that will fit your brand the very best, so that you can make sure that when you are selling products, you're not just trying to compete in the world of shirts or compete in the world of mugs, because those industries are so massive. It's so hard to stand out when you are that little fish in that big pond. But you can make your pond smaller by defining your niche, defining your target audience, and catering everything that you do. Because then, rather than being this, this tiny fish in a massive pond, you can be a medium-sized fish in a medium-sized pond, where yes, you will have competitors, but it's so much easier to stand out. We also talk about building an email list, building a loyal following, being able to not just rely on Etsy SEO and organic traffic alone. That way, during like slow seasons, we have so many students right now in Handmade Alpha Academy who say that, yeah, everybody's talking about sales being slow, but I'm busier than I've ever been. I just hit we had somebody who just hit their 3,000th sale yesterday. There's so much more to Handmade Alpha Academy than just like, here's how you set up an Etsy shop. That's not what the program is. Though obviously, if you are brand new and you need that help, there are some lessons in there that teach you some of those basics. But really, the foundation of HAA is having you, giving you the opportunity to explore some of your past decisions if you've already got an established shop, and being able to evaluate either why you made those decisions and what those decisions are actually, triggering in your target customers. For example, like your branding colors, we talk about color psychology. Or it can help you to develop your brand even further and narrow down if for any reason, you're not happy with the direction, or you're not happy with your growth, or maybe you're just now learning about niching and why it's important, and you really want to start working on things like that, like refining your brand down so that you can have an established target customer. But anyway, if you end up having questions, feel free to pop those in.
And if you guys are interested in joining Handmade Alpha Academy, I'm posting the link in the chat right now. It'll take you to a page if you're interested in checking out. Just scroll to the bottom or click the button that says, take me to checkout or whatever. I don't remember what we actually put it says. Or you can read through the page. It's got a ton more information, a little bit more in depth on what the program contains, but you can find that there.
Jane said, I'm not in a place where I can commit to $199 a month right now. When do you offer HAA again? We will be opening December 1st again.
Yes.
So if you want to get in before the holiday rush so that you can get your shop optimized for Etsy's busiest season, which is November, right now is the time to join. If you are more of like a New Year's resolution type person where you want to like buckle down after the holidays, December is a good time to join. So it just depends on where your goals lie. And then there was somebody else who had asked how many hours of content is HAA. So before our re-record, I actually haven't counted them recently, but before we re-recorded HAA, it was 16 hours, but I've added in a couple bonuses and I expanded on a couple of the lessons. So I'm going to guess, just a little over 16 hours, give or take. But there are also our bonuses as well. So for example, you guys get the Alpha Holiday Boot Camp from last year. And that has a bunch of videos in it as well.
Well, not to mention, it's not just like watch it and you're good to go. There's also like action steps. Like you have to commit to doing it. We calculated it out. Something around 60 days.
Yeah, it was
ish to completely finish.
If you dedicated an hour a day, most students can complete, as long as they're, doing the action steps, they can complete the program within 60 days, not including the bonuses, because obviously you get another full workshop from photography coach Christina Nicole. You get the Alpha Holiday Boot Camps included. You get
a ton of stuff for free.
Oh God,
that we pay for.
Yeah, you guys get the 12 months of E-rank as well, so that's super duper beneficial. Yes. But
yep. Somebody had said that I had a nice tattoo. I haven't even had a chance to show this off on stream yet. My brand new Leshen tattoo still hurts.
Awesome.
Let's see. Look for HAA questions. For HAA, what pace would you recommend going through to finish the course?
A module a month, every 2 weeks. That it's completely up to you. Your time, nobody knows your schedule better than you do. You are the only one who can decide what your schedule looks like. I'm a big fan of an hour a day, taking weekends off. I'm also a big fan of taking off on the weekends, but I know a lot of you who work day jobs, the weekend is all you're able to do in HAA, and that's fine too. That's why the program is self-paced. It's technically what would be falling into the category of a flex course. Flex course means that, you can, if you need to take a month off, if you get sick, if maybe you're pregnant and, you got to go have a baby, you can take that time off when you need to. But like I said, when we calculated it out, 2-ish years ago, it was, if you completed 1 hour per day, 60 days was, average completion time.
If I were to do it myself, actually going through the course material, I would probably watch all the way through at once without doing anything. Just binge watch the content and then watch through it again and apply the action steps on the second watch through. Just like watching a TV show, if you watch it more than once kind of consecutively, you catch little things that you wouldn't have before. And it's not that it's like boom, 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 boom. It's very like evenly paced throughout the whole thing. But I think you're able to absorb the information a little bit better if you watch through it once first and then do it again to get the action steps put through.
Somebody had said, why is November the best month? Because it's right before the holiday season, and it doesn't matter if you don't sell holiday giftable products.
People still buy gifts for people.
If you look at Etsy's historical data, November is the peak shopping season on Etsy for most industries. November is when all sales shoot up, and that's e-commerce in general, especially during Cyber Week, which is what the Alpha Holiday Boot Camp is all about, is prepping you for that. Do you also go through and audit the shops within HAA students? I do not. There are 1,000 of you. That would be impossible. That's not what HAA is. If you need a shop critique, That's not what HAA is. We don't all sit around and do shop critiques.
No.
Handmade Alpha Academy is anything that I could ever critique you on in depth. And what I always say is that I am not in a, so if you are building a house, right? And you've got your four, walls up and nothing else, I can't walk into your house and say, yeah, this is a nice house, because it's not done yet. So there's no way that I can critique a shop that hasn't started the program. What I do say is that if you get through the program and you feel like you still need a critique, I'm happy to do that. But what I prefer and what is more helpful to you is working through the program and then asking me for feedback on specific things. Hey, Starla, I just set up my email list sign up form. Can you take a look at it? Sure. And I'll take a look at that. Hey, Starla, I just did my product photos. Can you take a look at that? Sure. And I'll even tag photography coach Christina Nicole, because she's way better at photo feedback than I am. And we'll both look at your shop, critiquing a shop, while I can look at aesthetics, what I cannot do, for example, is gauge how good, like I often have people, not in HAA, but I'll get emails in my inbox where people ask me, does my SEO look good? Yeah, sure, it could look good, but there's no way for me to know that, because it takes a period of experimentation for any business to determine whether or not things like their keywords work. There's a lot of different factors that are incorporated in. So again, like I said, shop critiques, we do those for free here. We do the critique weeks during enrollment period all the time. They're a very surface level thing, but that's not what Handmade Alpha Academy is. So if that's what you are, wanting, probably not a good fit. However, HAA contains anything I could ever critique you on and more. Yeah.
When no one needs coaching of you, what are the hours you're answering questions? So we only answer questions on our Friday bean and occasionally through emails.
I think they mean in Handmade Alpha Academy.
Oh, it's do it at your own pace.
So wait, hold on. Let's back up. What are your hours that you're answering questions? I don't have work hours. I answer your questions when I'm online, and I do it pretty much all day. Current Handmade Alpha Academy students can vouch. I don't have set work hours. You can contact me between the hours of blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, we don't do that.
For example, today, I haven't been to my inbox yet because I had to be here hanging out with you guys. But I answer my questions pretty much every day. That's my job, is I answer your guys' questions. Emails from students, posts in my Facebook community from students. I'm in and out of there all the time. If for any reason I'm tagged in my Facebook group and I don't, see it, you guys are free to continue tagging me. Just give me at least like 24 hours to reply in the event that, we're out somewhere. But I'm easy to reach. You just got to send me an email.
How often do you do critique week? For the full critique week, we do them prior to launches of HAA.
During launches.
Or during launches.
Yeah. So every June and every December. But we also do random ones probably once every 2 months on my YouTube channel. We do critique week or critique Friday Bean episodes.
Is HAA good for someone who's already established on Etsy, doing well, would love to grow more? Yes,
absolutely.
It absolutely is. And because you already do well, if it ends up not being for you, because we haven't really mentioned our 30-day money back guarantee yet, we'll give you your money back if you just message me within 30 days and say, this isn't for me. One thing that I
always say is that if you currently have an established shop, but you constantly ask yourself the question, what should I be doing next? What should I be prioritizing? I don't know what I need to be doing. I'm doing good, but I don't know why. I'm doing good, but I want to do better. That's what Handmade Alpha Academy is for. Because for one, obviously there's the psychology behind all of your decision making, which we go back, we'll reevaluate all of that so you can make sure that you are happy with your current brand and everything that you've done so far, or pivot if you're not. But we also help you to develop a system for launching new products, when to market those products, how to market those products, That way, no matter what you're doing, you always know what needs to happen next. We have a marketing timeline that our students follow. And it's like going around a triangle. We call it the marketing mountain. So you know when you should be launching new products. You know what you should be doing during that launch while you're launching those products, where you should be marketing, what you should be marketing. And that includes social media and email list marketing. We tell you when you should start working on new products. We talk about things like how to get feedback from your target customers. If once you start building your email list and your social media following, including them in the process so that they're more attached to the idea of your product and more willing to buy it. If they feel like they had a hand in giving feedback on it, maybe you send out an email that says, do you like the blue design or the pink design? Because they felt like they were able to give that feedback, they feel like they are a part of the creation process and they're more willing to buy. But to get back to your main question, yes, absolutely for you. Even if you already have an established brand, it's not like a how to start an Etsy shop crash course. It's so much deeper than that. And we have some brands who already made six figures who joined HAA and were able to grow even more, like Clean and Dirty with Paula Haas. Clean and Dirty is probably one of our best examples because she runs a freaking empire now.
Will there be more scholarships? Only in celebration of partnerships with other people, just like we did with the Printify thing. I wouldn't get hope. We don't do them for ourselves.
Yeah.
If we have large partnerships that we start up, it's usually a gift for their audience that we do a scholarship like that. So probably not.
Yeah. You've got to consider that we get with every enrollment period, we get at least like 10 to 15 emails of people, they'll share a story and ask to get in for free. And we understand and we feel bad, but when we're charging so much for a program, it's almost a disservice to those who did pay to also give away a bunch of memberships as well. And we do, we have made, exceptions, but we do those on our own time. It's something that we make those exceptions on our own. So yeah.
Does it include step-by-step instructions for eRank?
For the SEO, absolutely. That's one of the benefits of me being a manager at eRank. I cover SEO in depth in Module 7. In fact, it's our longest module in HAA is Module 7. And with that, you also get 12 months of eRank Pro, so you don't even have to worry about paying for your eRank subscription while you're in HAA and working through those modules. The main thing that we cover in HAA is using the keyword tool and tracking your listings. With that in mind, a lot of the other tools that we have at eRank are not essential tools. They're not tools that you have to use. A lot of them are fluff. A lot of them are fun. A lot of them only are for very specific use cases. So we don't teach you how to use every single tool at eRank. We teach you how to use the main tool in what eRank is known for, which is the keyword tool. And you also learn my personal strategy for SEO that I don't teach publicly. Publicly, I've got how to keyword optimize listings. You can find that in the Etsy SEO tools toolbox. But I don't teach you in that my personal strategy that I have developed over, 10 years of doing Etsy SEO. I've got a little bit of a strategy that has always worked for me that, I've kind of developed alongside the people I work with at eRank. And that's something that only my students get.
I'm 15. Can I join HAA? I can't tell you that.
Unfortunately, not legally.
Because you're probably not old enough for whatever the age of consent is in your state. You cannot consent to my terms and conditions legally. Your parent can sign up for HAA, and that's more than fine. But I cannot tell you yes legally to that.
You would have to basically sign up with a parent or legal guard.
Just like any other website, 16 is usually the round number that most states choose for that. But again,
I think it's 18, isn't it?
No, it's Ohio 16.
Oh.
It might have been lowered to 15. Anyway, that's all we have time for. If you guys are interested in joining Handmade Alpha Academy, I posted the link here in the chat. We'll be here again tomorrow.
Yep.
Noon
Same
Eastern,
time,
11 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. UK. We love you guys, and I guess we'll bye.
See you later.
Bye, guys.
Do the outro this time.
No, you can't make me.
I have become a better person through HAA.
What I really like about Starla is her honesty and transparency. There's so much that she gives to people for free.
I'm like, this is an incredible framework for me to build into and adjust to and adapt to, and all these things that I would have never been able to figure out on my own.
I was like reinvigorated about my business when I started HAA.
Our armor was featured in Lucifer season 5 finale, and the main actor got to lure things that we created here. Part of the reason why we were able and ready to do such a thing was because of the alphas.
Joining Etsy, joining any online platform, you have question after question after question. HAA has been the one place where I've got answers for nearly all my questions.
You guys and what you have done with the Handmade Alpha Academy has literally changed my life.
And you get continued help no matter where you're at in your Etsy journey. That was probably the biggest selling point for me.
The way you teach it, it's simple, it's down to earth. I can comprehend it. That's one of the things I love about your teaching style.
I don't think I ever could have done it without being in the HAA. Your step-by-step steps were fantastic.
I don't know how you could not succeed by following the step-by-step really instruction of how you lead us through HAA.
The first like 4+ years that I was on Etsy, I think I had 37 sales, and we've gotten well over 1,000 since then. I think I'm up to 1,200.
Self-paced, there's an amazing Facebook group that will help you.
Invest in yourself. It's worth every penny and so much more.
I look at my Etsy shop and I look at my website and I am just in awe of what I have done. And I just look at it every day and think, wow.
I actually think that for what you get, you guys are really, really not charging enough. I hate to say that.
I've had thoughts to myself where I've been like, I'd give you guys $3,000 for this course. I see how valuable it is.
2020, I did like maybe $3,000. 2021, I did $10,000. HAA for me paid back for itself 6 weeks after I signed up for it.
I definitely recommend it. If you can invest the money, the time investment is not too bad.
Well worth the money. There is nothing in all that I've taken that I haven't been able to use for my business.
Absolutely, just do it, because there's no, what do you have to lose? And it's everything you need in one place.
It's hard to buy an education that will teach you practical skills like we learn in HAA.
Take the plunge, do it. First off, the money back guarantee is really a selling point for me.
She knows so much about marketing and branding and the psychology behind it. So that's really good knowledge to have, and she's so willing to share that.
So I would tell everybody out there that's thinking about it, if you're ready for this step and if you're ready to grow yourself and your business, it changed our lives, honestly.